Hey guys, welcome back to Say What Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about perfecting yo skin using correctors. So, you guys know that right now it's the hype. It's what everyone's talking about. It's what all the brands are coming out with. So I wanted to share just some different products, and I wanted to show you guys how to use these products because I know a lot of you guys will see something like this and go, what's that for? Or, wait for it, like these guys, and really not have an idea what they're for. And some of you may actually benefit from this. So correctors are not for everybody, but I definitely wanted to show you guys how I use them to really perfect my mug. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so clearly this video is going to be on correctors. But first, welcome back. It's Say What Wednesday. Okay, so I was just kind of trying to think of some ideas of what we can talk about. And you guys know that correctors are all the hype right now. It is what is trending. And so I figured I would talk to you guys a little bit about correctors because, let's be honest, a lot of us don't know what they are for. So everybody and their mamas have come out with these correctors, right? So what do? Correctors are meant to correct any imperfections in the skin. For example, redness, hyperpigmentation, dullness, you name it, and it does it. So you can find correctors just about in any brand. There's a few that I really like, and I'm probably going to end up using the ones that you guys can still get because, let's be honest, everybody needs a corrector. That's not necessarily true, but if you are someone, for example, of olive or yellow undertones, golden undertones, we tend to have darkness, right? So I have darkness under my eyes, around my mouth, as you guys can see, and I also have hyperpigmentation. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it looks like a contour on my cheeks. This big dot here was very pigmented at one point. I've had to have it lasered off, just not because it bothered me the way it looked, but just because it kept growing and there were concerns about it, and they were just like, let's just start, stopping this. So thankfully it's really stopped. We also have scarring, veins, and by we I mean now I'm talking about just in general, right? We have discoloration, we have veining, we have just things that we really want to correct. For our very fair ladies, you will see a lot of purple or blue in the skin. Again, veining, the circles under your eyes will be purple or blue, and a veining in the lids is very common. Also redness in the face. So how do you fix it, right? Sometimes we're like, well, I wear, foundation, it's not covering it. What can I do to fix it? A corrector will fix it. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to quickly mention some of the ones that I have used. And the reason why I'm not going to talk about these is because they're really hard to get a hold of. So Algenist came out with some correctors. Here you have a lilac for brightening, a green for correcting redness, a peach for correcting darkness, and another peach color. But as you guys can see, one is lighter than the other. So this one would be for someone that's like medium. This one would be for someone that's a little bit darker. I really like these. They're very sheer, but they're really hard to get a hold of. So with that being said, I'm going to just show you some other ones that you can still get. Becca makes really great ones. They're really thick. You would think that they're very difficult to use, but they're not. I actually really love this to just kind of brighten the center of my face. And it's definitely very blendable. A little bit goes a long way, and you can get it in a really bright orange color, your standard peach, green, and I think that that's it. And then they have their concealers. MAC has these Prep and Prime pens, and I've been using this for years. Like, I really love this under my eyes, and it's just an amazing formula. The problem with this one is that there aren't that many shades. For example, you won't find a red, you won't find, you know, a green, but you will definitely find a yellow, which counteracts redness. You find your peach and then your really dark peach. So these are amazing. And then you also have a pink, which is for brightening. So Sephora collection, you guys know I love these. I have peach and I also have melon. These are a great formula. They correct, they stay on, they're very blendable, and they do not disrupt your makeup. So love those. And now it's showtime. I'm actually going to be using the Marc Jacobs correctors. These are a little bit on the pricier side, but the reason why I wanted to use this is they're a bit faster. It's what I've been using. And there's just really 3 colors, and I wanted to show them to you guys. So enough yapping, and let's get. I'm going to start with this color here. I don't know if you guys can really make that out. This is a pinky tone, and it has some violet veining in it. So I like to take this. It's war paint, y'all. And I like to just run it on my cheeks, center of my forehead, and then a little bit there. Why am I doing this? Because this is going to brighten. Once this is blended out, it's going to just look once this is blended out, it's going to look really bright, very light on my complexion. But once we put our foundation on, you guys will see that this really disappears. You don't see it, but where I've put it on my face, it'll look brighter. It looks a little crazy, I know. Now I'm going to take, I'm sorry, and the color of that one was Bright Now. That was a pinky purple one. Now I'm going to use the green and yellow one, and this one is called Covert Affairs. This one I like to use on my nose and around my nose. A little bit here, because I tend to get red there. I look so funny. And again, we're just blending this out, and as you guys can tell, it really blends out nicely. The nice thing about these two is that if you need a little bit extra, you can definitely put it on top of your foundation and just blend it out, and it works beautifully. Okay, now here's the fun part. This guy is called Getting Warmer, and I really love this color. I love to use this to correct under my eyes, basically like here, and the reason why I use this, I'm using a brush. Sometimes I don't use a brush. Sometimes I just like to go in directly with the product, like I did with the other ones. But because I've already applied the other colors, we're just going to apply this with a brush. So anyway, this is going to help correct that really dark brown shadow I have, dark circles. And I'm also taking this in the inner part of my eye, because this is going to really help brighten and correct just the natural shadow that I have in the inner corner of my eye there. And I know this looks crazy, but it's going to look amazing. You guys didn't know I could sing, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take this again, and I'm just going to use it down the sides of my mouth. because I'm just naturally dark there. My medium to dark skin tones, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's that 5 o'clock shadow. You really want to just pick the color that is going to be best for your needs. Like if your concern is darkness or hyperpigmentation, then you definitely want to use the orange. And you know what? I'm going to use a little bit on my cheeks because I'm going to use a little bit of the peach because I do have darkness there. Again, the hyperpigmentation. And that, as you guys can see, I just took with the actual product, and I'm just going to blend this out the same way I did the other ones. But I do have hyperpigmentation on my cheeks, so I really want to make sure that we hide it. Okay, so as I was saying, pick the color that's going to best address your concerns. Hyperpigmentation, redness, dullness, whatever it is, do that. If you're somebody that likes to have all the colors, then by all means, boo, do you. I'm going to be using the Born This Way foundation, and this is in the shade Golden. And I'm using this Sephora sponge. This you use dry, and then you just pounce it on your face like you would anything else. So yes, if you, like I was saying, you know, you don't need all of them. I'm just simply showing you guys how these work. And as you guys can see already, like you don't notice anything that looks crazy. It just looks like even skin. All right, guys, after you've put on your foundation, this is what your end result will be. Well, my end result, because as you guys can see, I've really masked just any imperfection in the skin. My skin looks very even. It looks like I ain't got no lips. I need to put a lipstick on. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. And I don't look like I don't have lips. But anyway, so as I was saying, my skin looks very even. It looks brighter, right? We have a little bit of brightness going on. You guys don't see any of that hyperpigmentation on my cheeks. No darkness under these eyes. And definitely you won't see the redness. The redness tends to come midday, towards the end of the day also. The other thing that I will tell you is after you've applied your foundation, you can definitely go in with a little bit of concealer, and that's going to help just really brighten your under eye. This is working. This is definitely masking the darkness, but you want to use a concealer just to kind of make sure that that corrector doesn't peek through. Remember, we use something that's a little bit more orange, not so much like my skin tone. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my concealer. I'm going to be using this Correctors light clear concealer, and I'm just going to use my fingers just to pat a little bit under the eyes, and I'll let you guys see the difference. But good Lord, I almost forgot the concealer. And I like to take this also in the inner part of my eye because it really brightens my eye up. But already you can see the difference. I mean, clearly. Here, let me blend it out. And I'm just using the same sponge without any additional product. Just whatever's left on. But you can see the difference. This looks much brighter. This doesn't look bad, but having a concealer on top definitely makes a difference. So let's do the other eye. So some of you may be asking, do I need a corrector? Is it necessary? I will tell you that if you have issues, we'll say with like your dark circles or with scarring, hyperpigmentation, if that makes you insecure and you feel like your makeup is not doing enough to address those issues, then I will tell you, yes, try using a corrector. If you are comfortable with the coverage that you're getting from your makeup, and if you feel like my skin isn't bad, then no, you don't need it. But many Indian women, many women from the Middle East, African American, Latinas, we have hyperpigmentation. A lot of women, you know, who are white, or a lot of women, a lot of European women will often have a lot of redness in their skin. And again, if you're comfortable with that peeking through, by all means, do you. But again, once you have an issue and you feel like I need to, you know, use a foundation that has more coverage, or I need to use, you know, extra powder, makeup, whatever it is to try and mask these issues, do not need to wear really full coverage makeup unless you like it, like I like it. There's no need for that. Just get something that's going to address your needs. So with that being said, I am wrapping up Say What Wednesday, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will talk to you soon. Bye.